this is how I do a magic circle. So you start off and just put your thread in between your middle and ring finger. So it's going front to back over your ring finger. And you can just drop your little finger down like that. So then you've got a little tail and your ring and middle finger are holding that. And you're going to go over the top and around to the right hand side of the thread. And then over the top and round to the left hand side of the thread. And at this point, put your thumb on top of those two, I think. Maybe I sometimes leave that one free, but whatever suits you. Next thing you're going to do is go under the first loop, hook the second loop. At this point, I find it easier if you spread your fingers out at this point, so you have a little bit of tension. So pull the first loop over, turn your hook round, and you now basically have a loop on your hook. At this point, I usually clamp here because I'm almost going to chase over my finger now. So you can see that I have loop 1 and loop 2. I'm going to grab loop 2, which is still the one on the left. I'm going to pull it through. I've now got a stitch on my hook and kind of like a confusing tangle around my fingers. But if you let go and you take the tail to the right and this thread up, you now basically hold it so that you can use this top bit as the bit that you're working through. Tail just loose, and on this thread to the back. So you hold your thread, that's your thread that you usually have leading in from wherever. This is what you're working under. So you do just single crochet 1, usually going to do 6 stitches. Most patterns want 6 stitches. 2, it will sort of like move a bit, it's all right. 3, sort of have to just tease it down slightly. 4, 5, and 6. And then I always do an extra stitch because I personally find when I pull it tight, I lose the first one. Sort of gets just eaten into the knot. So I do plus bonus stitch, and then I pull it tight. Not too tight at this point because you still need to be able to like work in it. You can pull this tight once you've done like the next round and it'll just suck it together. So now I'm going to just check how many chains it looks like I've got here, how many stitches it looks like I've got. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and my bonus one that I know is kind of going to get eaten by the knot. So I'm going to pull that in a bit. I want to go around from here. You can use a stitch marker if you want to. You can see now I've pulled it in a bit. This is the first stitch here, but it's so close to that knot. And I know when I pull it tight, it's going to just kind of eat it. So I kind of going to work, just ignore the first one and work into the second one. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got quite a big hook on at the moment. I don't usually work with it this big. That's the tail. Let's get that out of the way. So let's just do 2 in each. That's usually what comes next. So 2, 3 and 4, halfway around. 7 and 8, 9, 10. Just pull this a little bit. 11 and 12. So that was 2 single crochets in each stitch. I'm going to pull it tight, and you can see I've used quite a big hook, so it looks a bit holy, but you can see like there is the shape. There was the original magic circle in the middle. These are all the 2 single crochets in each stitch going around, and you can see that I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That was number 12. So you can see I can still really comfortably access that. This is the tail. You can trim it a bit if you want to now, but you'll still want just a little bit just to pull it tight again. But it's secure. I've never had one come undone. Even if I pull it a bit, it's not going anywhere. It might open up slightly, but it's not going to come like really far open. And once you give it that really good tug, it just pulls it really tight. I've never had it be coming undone there. Although maybe with the bigger hook, that might be more likely to happen. So you could always, at this point, if you wanted to, take the tail and a tapestry needle and just like pull it tight and make a knot. There's nothing to stop you doing that. If you... I've got a tapestry needle in here somewhere, in the bag of tricks that we all have. Here we go. Just going to thread, this is the tail. Going to thread it through here. Oh, the pressure of threading a needle on a video. I think I've overcommitted. There we go. So I'm just gonna turn this to the reverse side. It's always, I think that the reverse side always looks like little seeds. This one looks like stitches and this one looks like little seeds. So if you find like that it was coming undone, maybe if you're using like a generously sized crochet hook or something, just do a little dip under one of the stitches. Oh man, they're all really tight now. I can't get in. There we go. And you can make a knot. That's the free bit. Yeah, make a little knot. I tried to use a variegated yarn so that we could see what we were doing, but I've lost it. And go under again. See the loop. I really doubt that would go anywhere now. I could pull the tail free. I really don't think that could come undone now. It's tight. Okay, I hope that was helpful. But like I say, if you're still struggling, I'd be happy to do like a live video. We could do it together. But yeah, another thing you can do is like if you want to practice it, just get like a pale coloured wool yarn, and then when you're at that point, I'm just going to cut this off so I can show you what I mean. Oh no, the tangle. When you get to this point, so you go through the middle 2 fingers, round. When you get to this point, if you want to keep track, you could always just get a Sharpie and colour this in over your finger and down to your thumb. And I haven't got one in here, I don't think. And then that should just help you like keep track, because the bit where I think that like it's easy to lose it is you get that first, oh sorry, went wrong there. You go under, you get this first one, and then you're gonna pull the loop through. I think at that point it's quite easy to lose track of which bit around your finger is which loop. So yeah, I just find that like if you chase it around the back, it's kind of okay. So loop to the right, loop to the left, hold those. Hold these, the tail and the second loop with your thumb. Around the back, you will have a cross. So you can as well, just before you do the next bit, just like open it up a little bit. That might help too. And you go under. Got your first loop, and then you want this here.
Mummy, that's what?
Here's my daughter. Hey, Mab, say hi, you're on the video.
Hello.
We finished now anyway. You're going to say bye?
Bye bye.
Bye. I hope that helps. Bye.
Bye.